with Leen Ghandour Hillis. How you doing, Leen?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Great.
So why don't we get started by just sharing a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Well, I'm an employee benefits consultant. I've been in my profession for 29 years now. I assist businesses with implementing employee benefits, evaluating their options, and servicing their benefit needs.
Okay, that sounds good. So what kind of inspired you to get started in that?
Wow. Well, I started in the insurance business 29 years ago, and it was really just a fluke. I was undecided at the time whether I wanted to go to college for being a criminal defense attorney or a pharmacist, and somehow I settled on an insurance job that was offered to me at the time and stuck with it ever since. And I've always worked for a corporation or an organization of some sorts, but decided it'll be 5 years in September for me to incorporate on my own because as we're out there selling business, prospecting, and building our book of business, oftentimes when you're working for another organization, it's not your business at the end of the day when you go to leave. And I thought, why do I continue to build somebody else's future and business as opposed to mine? And so I started my own corporation 5 years this September.
Nice. So I guess what do you like most about that?
I like the fact that, of course, as we were talking about flexibility with our own schedules and the ability to be creative with our business plan, as much or as little as we want, and setting out our own futures, not having somebody control our future, and just having the flexibility to grow as big or as small as I want to be.
Excellent. Yeah, no, that's great. And, we were having off-topic conversations before this, but I really commend people that really take that opportunity to be flexible, to be there for their kids, and I meet so many people like that, through this group, and it's just great to see that people are actually focused on the right things, and it sounds like you're doing just that.
Yeah, I think we all in our younger years are career driven and want to go up that corporate ladder. And I've been there, done that, and, managed people in my former career, made big money in my former career. But, in time, we eventually start to reprioritize ourselves a little bit. And not that I don't work still as hard, but at least if I need to, drop my daughter off at 9 o'clock and not get to a meeting until 9:30, I have the option to do that. So.
Agreed. Yep. Agreed. That's great. So I always like to ask, it sounds like you have a lot of experience. If people could rewind the clock and kind of take the things that you learned the most and say, here you go, try it now when you first start. Like, what are some of the things that you've learned that would be just so beneficial for somebody to take, at the start and hit the ground running?
Learned as a business owner?
Yeah.
Well, I definitely think that finding the right assistance or hired help is certainly key. In the first couple of years of my business, I definitely had some trials and tribulations with finding the right support person. And I think that at the time I was trying somebody who was virtual and, working remotely. And sometimes surely that can work, but it's a lot more challenging, I think, for it to work than we sometimes realize. So, I've been fortunate that the past 3 years I've had a great assistant supporting my business, and there are certainly times that I give her the flexibility to work remotely, but otherwise she's in, the office. And I think as long as you recognize the key ability to attract a proper support person, that's so essential to your business and to your growth and to your flexibility in what you can and can't do.
Right. Because before you didn't have that, I'm sure it was a lot different running that.
Yeah, I think for the first 6 months of my startup, I didn't have anybody, and then I hired somebody, and she lasted about 6 months, and it didn't go well at all. She wasn't doing the things that she was saying she was doing remotely, and so then, I had a couple of other people after that, but eventually I got the right skill set, and I think that's really essential is once you really define the type of person that you need, what you need them to do, and look for that skill set, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, no doubt. And having that support staff in place definitely gives you time back as well, right?
It totally, it gives you the time, and it really makes or breaks you to agree.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So that's good advice, and that's one of the pieces that I think most people struggle with is letting go. That's the first step in letting go. Is to get that assistant in place, right?
It's a question of letting go. Some of it is control. Some of it is fear, is my business going to thrive or is it not going to thrive? Am I going to have enough work to keep that person busy? Do you start them out at part-time and then turn full-time? I mean, there's a lot of things to consider in that equation, but you really just have to take the leap and make it happen, because it's going to free you up to really do the things that are going to grow your business, as opposed to getting bogged down with the tedious stuff.
Excellent. No, that's great advice.
Yeah.
Excellent advice. So, we're both here. We're both part of the Co-Opvertising Network. That's why we're doing this, and you're doing a great job. If you had access to the entire network and, they were there, chomping at the bit, waiting to help you,
right, what
would you say?
Well, I'm currently part of another B2B group, and I think the really key part is partnering up with people, and people have said this before, it's nothing new, know, like, and trust. We have to know, like, and trust the people that we're partnering with, and I'm really looking to partner with people that are in the B2B space and people that are professional and committed, and follow through is a huge thing for me. It's really something that frustrates me when somebody says that they're going to do something and they don't follow through on it. And I think, that's such a big part of why we like and trust somebody to refer business to them. And essentially, I'm looking for people who are like-minded, who are business-oriented, predominantly working with other businesses, who want to partner as what we call power partners. If I have a client and I have identified that they have a particular need outside of my business space, I certainly welcome the opportunity to introduce somebody who is a professional in their industry to solve that problem.
Excellent. And so if somebody were watching and they felt like they fit the mold, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Well, the best way to get a hold of me, there's so many different ways. Of course, I have a website, groupbenefitspartners.com, my mobile number, and email. I generally prefer email the most because, as we know, wherever we may be, we are accessible via email practically all the time. And so that's probably my preferred method of contact.
Excellent. You want to give it out?
Sure, I can share that information. So Leen, Leen, at groupbenefitspartners.com. Benefits and partners are both plural. And then my business website is the same, groupbenefitspartners.com. And my mobile number is 708-655-8554.
That's great. So make sure you reach out and connect with Leen. If anything, it sounds like she'd make a great connection. And who knows, you might find that, you match up with somebody that's in her circle, or in vice versa. So I really appreciate you taking the time today to kind of share what you're all about and share your business. It's been great getting to know you.
Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you. And for everyone else, we'll see you online soon. Thanks.
Bye-bye.